So I'm going to start off with just a little bit of a presentation, not too much, just a few slides, just to kind of get us started. Then I'm going to transition over to our website. That's where y'all will be able to interact and find a lot of our information. So I'm going to try to get y'all sharing onto that right now. So, okay, cool. Can everybody see this slideshow here?
Mhm. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we are the Kentucky Higher Education Assistance Authority, right? Most of you probably know us from, Keys Money, all that sort of stuff, because we're the state agency that handles that Keys Money and, disseminates all that sort of stuff. It keeps track of all that. But we also do a lot of other stuff, especially in the outreach department. That's kind of where we're at. We're in the outreach department. As you see here, we do a lot of informational services. We have publications that you'll find on our website. I'll show you kind of where to find those later. Those are all free publications that any of you can order, or you can contact me or any of the other outreach counselors to get you those publications. Of course, we have outreach counselors. There's 13 of us outreach counselors across the state, and I'm the Central Kentucky outreach counselor. So I have like Bourbon County, Scott County, of course, Fayette County, Franklin County, Jessamine, Woodford County, and I'm probably missing a few, but I have all those sorts of counties, right? So we cover a decent amount of ground, right? But we also make a lot of time for everybody that we have, and we schedule out pretty good to make sure we can serve, our counties very well. So there's that. We also have the College Info Roadshow bus. As of right now, we're getting a new bus coming in June. So the bus right now is not operational, but that's our old bus. But coming in June, we're gonna have a brand new state-of-the-art bus. It's gonna be an amazing thing there. So just keep, that's also something that you can, come to your schools. Kevin Wilson drives that bus and he sets up that bus, and you can do all kinds of stuff through that bus. He does a lot of career exploration. He does FAFSA workshops. Anything that we do, he basically does that on the bus, and he does a little bit more just to kind of give you more options with that great opportunity there. And then, of course, we do a lot of hands-on help as well. We'll do hands-on help with everything from college applications, scholarships. FAFSA is huge right now. Of course, FAFSA has been kind of troublesome the last few years. We do a lot of FAFSA stuff. A lot of our, especially since it opened up a little bit later, a lot of our springs have been working on FAFSA. That's a lot of what I've been doing is doing FAFSA workshops. We're pretty good with the FAFSA, right? So we every day we probably talk to someone about the FAFSA, whether they're giving us phone calls or we're at a school helping a student actually fill that FAFSA out with their families. And then, of course, Keys Awards, right? So we help set up those accounts, help make sure that the students are getting what they deserve, and also just make sure that they understand what what that Keys stuff is about. So that's just kind of that hands-on help. The verification stuff, we don't really do that anymore. But of course, financial aid, we talk about grants, we talk about scholarships, loans, savings plans. We do all that sort of stuff. We do a lot of presentations as well. Like just as outreach counselors, we're required to get about 200 presentations, give those 200 presentations a year. And a lot of us counselors will double that, if not triple those presentations amounts, because we do a lot of presentations. That's a very large part of what we do. We love getting into schools. We love talking to students about a lot of all the things that we're doing. And I'll kind of show you kind of what those presentations are. And I'll kind of give you a little guide of what those presentations are in just a second, but there's that information. Here's just kind of just a little bit. This is actually on our website. I just took a screenshot of it, put it in here for you guys. But this kind of talks about kind of how the counties are broke down for everybody there. You can see that, and then I'll kind of show you all where to find this on our website, so you can kind of see where the other outreach counselors are. And if you ever just wanted to reach outside of your zone and ask questions and that sort of things, I'll just kind of show you where that information is. But as you see there, we have, all the things that we do, like those Keys workshops, FAFSAs. We even do adult ed stuff, financial aid nights, career fairs. We do financial literacy workshops, everything you can think of. We probably have something on it. If we don't have it, we can find someone to help you out there. One of the big things, I'm just going to cover this in this presentation. One of the big things that I really try to focus on is this Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship. This is really big for any of our seniors that are looking to go into the workforce or just trying to do anything in college, right? So this Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, if you don't already know, and if you do, great, but I'm gonna just kind of go in a little bit of depth to this, right? So this Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship is a very good opportunity. What it does is it pays for up to an associate's degree of school at certain in certain workforce sectors, right? There's hundreds of programs out there, but the workforce sectors that this scholarship covers, is it on here? Make sure. Yeah. So it's that third bullet point there. So we're looking at healthcare, advanced manufacturing, transportation, logistics, business services, IT, and construction. And then actually, there's more going through legislation right now, trying to see if we can get education and stuff like that in here. But that's not there yet. But hopefully that comes in the future. But as of right now, these are the sectors that we're looking at. And of course, within those sectors, there's all kinds of programs. And especially in Fayette County, we think of BCTC. There's a lot of programs at BCTC. They will be covered fully through this Work Ready Kentucky scholarship. It pays makes the dollar amount zero for the students. Okay, it's a last dollar scholarship. So how it works, of course, is after all that grant money and scholarships are already applied for, if there's any money left over, this scholarship pays for that. Right. And as of right now, there's no income requirements or anything like that. I think that's still going through legislature. We don't know if that's going to happen or not. But as of right now, there's no income cap or anything like that. So really, anybody that already doesn't have an associate's degree or higher is eligible for this. The only real requirements for the scholarship are that the student fills out the FAFSA, which is something that, of course, us at Kia will help them do. They apply to an eligible program, which all they have to do is type in Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship online, and they'll be able to, go through there and search and figure out all the eligible programs, and they just got to make sure they apply to those programs, and that they're a U.S. citizen and Kentucky resident. Those are really the only requirements that there are. Besides not already having anything above an associate's degree, and of course, this is state funded scholarship. So, the only reason a student really wouldn't get this scholarship if they meet all those requirements there is if the money ran out. And honestly, there's still money in there from last year's. Last I heard, there's still money in there from last year's scholarship term. So I don't really see that happening. But again, us average counselors are really, really pushing this scholarship. So you never know year to year, right? The money could run out. So I always tell students, the May 1st deadline is when you're supposed to, or the May 1st is when that scholarship opens their senior year. So I always recommend students, hey, your senior year, right before you graduate, May 1st, hop on there and fill out this scholarship just to make sure that you won't miss any of this money just in case it runs out. But again, I really don't see it running out. But again, like I said, I'm trying to make it run out, honestly. We want to use that money if possible. So yeah, so that's that Work Ready Kentucky scholarship. I mean, it's 2 free years of school for students. So I mean, I really make sure that they understand what that is for them because and I always try to use my personal story with students to let them know, like, look, if I had the opportunity to get 2 of my years paid for, I would have definitely jumped on that because that would definitely cut out on our debt there. And then of course keys, right? I'm sure we all heard a little bit about keys, right? But this is just an example of some of the things that we really, really hit on with the students when we're doing presentations or anything like that. We go in there and we talk to them about, these keys money. This is big in 8th grade classrooms, right? We'll go into 8th grades and let them know. We'll revisit that. Of course, every single year of high school, we'll revisit that then. And then maybe even a little earlier, we'll probably tell them about it too, just to make sure that they understand that it's really, really good opportunity to earn money, right? Because of course, if they get that 4.0 all 4 years of their high school career, that's $500 they get to use each year in college, which ends up being $8,000 that they get total. And then not counting if they make a 28 on ACT, right? They end up having $10,000. So it's a whole lot of money for them. So we really want to make sure that they understand, how great that opportunity is there. And that's really all there. I'm gonna try to get you over to our website here. Just give me 1 second. Are y'all seeing the website or are you still seeing the PowerPoint?
PowerPoint.
Okay.
Hey, Dalton, real quick, this is Desiree Douglas. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing well. Um, do they still earn extra money for being on free and reduced lunch and if they take AP classes for the keys?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, they do. Yep. Free reduced lunch. And they have to be, individually free reduced lunch. It's not the school-wide too, just to make sure you understand that there. But I reshare here. Can we see this now? Yes. Okay, awesome. Okay, so of course we can see all these tabs up here. There's a whole lot of good information here. Try to move my thing here. Okay. All right, so if we go over here and look at these news and resources, there's counselor resources here, but I'm gonna go to student resources just for a second. And this counselor resources, sorry, I'm playing around with the little view box over here so I can see everything. So we go to student resources and we hit publications. You can see all these publications. These are all digital copies here, of course. We can see all these things, but I'm gonna find the presentation guide here. Okay, so this presentation guide will kind of show you all the presentations that we offer, all right? And I won't go into huge detail about all these. I'll just talk about a few of these. But your map to college, that's a good one. That's what I usually do with my middle schools, right? It's 6th through 8th grade, right? It's going to be one presentation that's, we say it's about an hour long, but honestly, it would just depend on whatever time that you are willing to give us, we'll make it work. We can, of course, hide slides or talk faster through slides, all that sort of stuff. We'll make whatever time frame works for you. Of course, if we can get as much time as possible. That's always great. But we always try to work around y'all because we know y'all have very busy schedules and time frames to meet as well. Um, but on this one right here, of course, we talk a lot of just about what to expect once you get into high school and kind of what that looks for you getting into college. Because of course, middle school students might not necessarily be thinking about going to college or what they want to do after high school, but we want them just to have a general understanding of what they need to be thinking about as they prepare to go through high school. So Keys Money is a huge thing through there, and just kind of making sure they understand that, like, what they do in high school is going to determine how well they're going to be off going into college there. So we just kind of bring that to reality for them in that one there. Mm, let's see. So the getting in. So I don't know if any of y'all have seen our Getting In publication. It's a very, very it's a big publication. Every single senior in Kentucky gets one of these publications, and we offer a presentation that goes along with that book. The very beginning of that book talks a whole lot of just about literally just getting into college, what they need to be doing, how to do it, and goes pretty in depth to that. In the very back of that book, it's got every single college in Kentucky, and it tells them exactly how much tuition costs there, what room and board costs, what the admission requirements are, all that sort of stuff, and also tells them what majors and programs that they offer at that school. So it's just a good comprehensive book that tells them exactly what they need to know about every single school in Kentucky, so that they know where they're going actually meets their needs. But this presentation goes really into depth about what they should expect and how to get there and all that sort of stuff there too. So we, of course, we talk about monetary stuff. We want to make sure that they understand how much money they can get and how to get that money. Of course, good grades, dual credit stuff. Make sure they're taking advantage of their dual credit classes. Just all those sorts of things there. As y'all can look through that more later if you need to. But that's just a general overview of what we do there with that one. And then paying one-on-one. So honestly, this is one of my favorite ones. I do this one a whole lot. I just got back from Paris High School today. I just did this presentation with a group of juniors. But it talks about paying for college. It breaks down how grants work, breaks down how to find scholarships. What's the difference between subsidized loans, unsubsidized loans, right? Making sure that they understand that they don't have to accept all the loans that they need that they're offered, and just really making sure that they understand that we want to get them in college and out of college with as least debt as possible, and how to do that and how to cover any costs that might be overhanging. So that's a big presentation. I love that one because, of course, all of us that's been at college, we know that college can be expensive, and a lot of us fall into traps. We want to try to make sure that these students don't fall into those traps if at all possible. So that's another big one there. I'll see if there's anyone that we want to cover. This money 101 one is a really good one as well. This is kind of how we talk about handling their money. This is really good for our seniors and even adults if we do anything in adult education classes, just to make sure that they understand, eventually they're going to start making money, or they might already be making money now, kind of how to manage that money the right way so that they're not getting themselves in any trouble. That's another good one there. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'll just be finished with that there. Get up here. Okay. So I'm gonna take you back here. So well, also here on the same thing here, we can kind of look at all this stuff. And this is something that us counselors will do as well. We can come in and just go over this website with the students because there's all kinds of resources on the website. But I know, honestly, Kevin Wilson is the bus driver. He does a really good job. This is one of the main things he does is talks about career exploration and all that sort of stuff. We do this as well. And we'd always love to do this. But like this right here talks about the Kia College Cost Calculator, and try to say that 3 times fast. I don't know if you can, or that's a different one to do. But the Kia College Cost Calculator is a really good thing because you can input numbers and try to figure out that this is how much money that you're going to have to pay over here, right? But now say you get more Keys money, maybe you get that full $10,000, right? And we can put that in there, and it brings your total down to zero, and you're probably going to be getting money back in your pocket because we want to see that number as zero. It just brings it to reality to them, and we can look at the different types of schools that are in Kentucky, right? Just to kind of give them a different understanding of that. We can explore careers. We can kind of click on these links here, and we can do some little some simple little tests that kind of make them think about who they are and what they're good at, and kind of shows them what jobs might fit them the best, and also shows them that job outlook, how much that's going to pay, what education requirements are, where you can get that type of education at, what you should expect for that to pay for that education. There's all kinds of good stuff. Very good exhaustive list there as well. Those are really good things. Just looking through that. And then, of course, we can also go over here to the scholarships and grants. You see, we got all kinds of scholarships information here for them as well. So, of course, we got information on Keys, that Work Ready Kentucky scholarship. That's, again, a huge one that we like. And, of course, all these dual credit scholarships, so we can get them some school for free while they're still in high school. All right, so there's just a good list there that I recommend playing around with it when you have some time just to figure out more about us there. Um, but yeah, that's really basically it with that. I'm gonna bring you all the way down here. I'm gonna show you kind of how we can find our outreach counselors. So if you scroll all the way down on this page, you can see this down here. You can click on outreach counselors, and it'll bring you to this page. This is kind of what I screenshotted for you all the other day. But of course, you can see our director and assistant director. Those are always great people to reach out to if you ever have any questions. But also, you know, reach out to us. They're great. Everybody, I mean, everybody work with us great. Like we're a very tight community. So we all love each other over here at Kia. So you can always reach out to any of us. But for here, Central Kentucky, this is my information here. You can always reach out to there, and I can type it in the chat for y'all too, just so y'all have it there. But you always feel free to reach out to me, right? You can email me, text me, call me, whatever you need to do. Don't ever worry about bothering me. You know, it's my job to help you guys out and make y'all's life a little bit easier. So don't ever, you know, just feel free to reach out to me if you ever need anything. It's kind of all for you. I know I said a lot of information to you and I talk really fast and stutter, all that sort of stuff. So if you have questions about anything, please just, you know, we have some time here. Just, you know, ask me any questions you have. I'll try to answer for you. If I don't know, I'll make sure I'll get the answer to you eventually though. So
Dawson, this is Carolyn. I have a question for you about
absolutely.
529 plans. And is there information on the site about setting up a 529, or if you've been gifted a 529, how that works and everything?
Okay, so I'm not very well versed in the 529. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Let me see here. I'm sure there is. Let's see if it's on the wrong one. See, so that's one of those things I don't know, but yours is it Caroline Ford? Is that who I'm talking to?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna write your information down and I'm gonna figure that answer out for you, okay?
Okay. Just let me tell you, when you email me, it's INE and not YN.
INE, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'll send you an email as soon as we get done with this.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Good question. Anything else? Is anybody in here that I've already been to your school and I've been working with you? I don't know.
You haven't been working with me, but you've been working with Leslie Gomez and Ken Davis.
Gotcha. Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, you and Kevin came out to Beaumont. I had you
Yeah,
all out
awesome.
in February for a family night, and then you spoke to all of our classes for 8th grade.
Awesome. Yes, ma'am. Awesome.
Dawson, I got another question. Students with disabilities. I mean, a lot of students with disabilities think they can't go to college. Is there information on how to navigate that if you're a student with a disability?
Yeah, so that's some of the stuff that we cover in our we cover that in our presentations, all that sort of stuff. But in reality, whenever we talk to students with disabilities, we try to make sure we understand where they're coming from, but we also want to, again, make sure they understand they have those opportunities as well. And the process is, you know, it's very similar to everybody else's, honestly. I mean, it's very similar to everybody else's, but the colleges and schools, we make sure that we walk them through all the other resources that they have, right? So like, you know, if they have IEP plans and 504s, all that sort of stuff, right? Just the universities work with them with the same processes as the high school works with them. Of course, like they're required to do that same thing. So I mean, and once they get into college, they're going to get the same, you know, the same help if they need that, or you know, all that sort of stuff as well. But yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily on the website there, but that's always something that we cover in our presentation. If that helps.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. No other questions? I always say when I don't get a lot of questions, I just must be really good at telling everything, but you know, I know that's a lie. If y'all don't have any other questions and y'all, you know, if y'all think of anything, again, you can reach out to me and I'll make sure I put my information in the chat here. So I'll go ahead and stop sharing and I'll put my information in the chat for you all. Feel free to just reach out with anything you'll ever have.
Thank you so much for taking time to talk with us today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm glad glad.
All right, have a
Yeah.
great day, everybody. Oh, before you leave, I'll draw names for our door prizes. Let me mix them up a little bit. Betsy and Haley. So I will send those your way. I hope everybody has a great week. And if you need Dawson's email, it is in the chat. Have a good one.
Thank you all. Have a great one.
Thanks. Bye.